when she's going out alone and she's wearing something with her nipples showing, I'm not comfortable with that. We are married. Why would you go to the club alone?
Where was it written?
You see, ladies who go to the club alone, most of them are single.
Some of them are going through things.
But
They
even
go,
if
they go to the club, sit there, okay, get a cocktail, mocktail, listen to music, and go through their own emotions. Once a lady goes to the club, they describe her as a bad lady. Oba or club there.
On your bar, where's your bar?
Almost so I be musu na watch churchy. We are now said the day a yahumasa I didn't know she was like that.
You know, do we actually have an actual definition of who a lady is? The definition we are seeing in the books, the definition we are seeing on Google research and all that has become actually different in the current society. A lady don't go to the club, a lady don't talk in public, a lady don't do. So who actually is an ideal lady? If you're a man, who will you classify as? As for this lady, she's the perfect. As for your bar lady or your bar pan, who is that kind of lady? You know, let's find out. Let's have our own definition of who a lady is, and let's understand if society is actually given the right definition of, because there is so many definitions. So which one is the actual definition of who a lady is? And before we do that, we need to listen to the views of other people who want to challenge societal perceptions and views. So you're welcome to Freaking Friends as usual. We are bringing you a very interesting conversation again. And to join this conversation or to enjoy more of this conversation, you just need to subscribe, like, and share this video. And also follow our channel on all social media at AR Multimedia Studios and exclusively on Twitter at AR Multimedia GH. Let's take a quick break and come back. I'm getting freaky, I'm gonna bring the crazy. Again, my controversial guest as usual, most not aunt. What's your friend Paris? You know. Let's get into it. Most not. I want to start with you.
Okay.
You know, like, do you have your own definition of who a lady is?
A lady.
Yes.
A lady. My own definition. I would say a lady. A lady is maybe so I put it like a structure.
Okay.
A structure which embodied with positive moral values.
Okay. A lady with what are the moral values?
Like respect.
Okay.
Maybe honesty. Maybe fear, like honest.
Yeah.
And those kind of
fear of God and
fear
all
of God
that.
and all those things.
Okay. Parry, like, if we should, this year you take, I let you don't do this. So I want us to take it from that context. Because generally, yes, we all know that to be called a lady there, you need to be respectful, you need to be honest as a human being or as a lady. Yes. But I want to say about the do's and don'ts be. Can you list some, Parry? If you should list a do's and don'ts to describe who a lady is, what would be the do's of a lady and the don'ts? A lady don't do this, a lady does that.
Well,
with examples.
Yes. I'm a different kind of human being as I am.
Okay, complete the sentence. A lady don't
smoke.
A lady don't smoke.
Yeah. Unless it has to do with her health. Yeah.
So when a lady is smoking for her health's sake, as for her health's sake,
I learned some do smoke for health's sake. So I think for that it's good.
Another one, a lady don't
steal.
A lady don't steal.
Yeah.
Yes, of course. And the third one, most not, a lady don't do what?
A lady shouldn't be too loud in public.
Oh. Yeah. But there is a situation where you need to be loud to save yourself.
Situation. You said situation.
If you are being molested, for example.
You said situation.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have people who are like loud, like whether situation or no situation, they are loud.
They are just too loud.
It shouldn't be like that. Like when we are all here, you just be hearing. Understand? It shouldn't be. Yeah.
What about making calls in the car? Like
in public.
It's
They
all-
be shouting
It's
loud
part-
like
it's part
that.
of the loudness.
A lady don't do that.
Yes.
That one, we shouldn't describe you as a lady. You should be
Okay.
polite and really.
Yeah, gentle.
Okay.
Exactly.
Another one, a lady don't for the last one.
A lady don't beat a guy.
A lady don't beat a guy for
Yeah,
you.
or
Yes,
slap a guy.
Let me give a scenario. So when I'm walking, when you see a lady walk into a dinner event or an awards night event or something with an exposed outfit, should that lady be described as a lady? Is she a lady at that moment?
Yeah, she's a lady, depending on the type of award event it is.
Yeah.
And as a fashion designer, we have outfits for every kind occasion. So as an award event, as you said, I think it depends on the type of award event it is. Do you get it? So if she's wearing something explosive and that awards night aligns with her dressing, I think she's just a lady dressing according to what event it is.
And how will you define that kind of exposure, exposed dress? Because some people feel like, okay, nabasa guokra, where me, I don't like a lady who will wear no hand to the dinner, but somebody's also definition of exposes they know for guo.
Let me come in. I also believe in personality. Okay, what's your personality? We have people who are into the maybe showbiz. Okay, people who do music.
Okay, come
People
loud
who-
for me.
People who go. People who are maybe let's say pastors and all that. So your personality. What is your personality? Because you can't be a gospel musician and wear something like that to such an award program. You get it?
Something like that will be what? Say
Like
me
you
a gospel.
exposing-
Okay, fine. The kind of exposure that I want to talk about is this. Say me a gospel artist.
Yeah.
Now let's say the dinner night we are going to.
Yeah.
Everyone say, Parry, are you listening? So
Yeah.
my dress that I'm wearing actually, like this dress
Yeah.
is long, but I don't have a hand. Like in some mini I do me happy, but my breast is covered, just that my basa. Anyway,
So
at that
that's not
moment, am I
exposing.
dressed up?
So it's not exposed. So
properly?
far
It's
as
not
your nipple is
exposing.
not showing, you're not.
Yeah.
It seems you're not showing your
If
private
there's
part.
nothing
You're not showing-
private part showing,
Yeah. So it's not
It's okay.
exposing. It's normal. It's not
It's
exposing.
very
Unless
much
maybe
okay.
let's say maybe your nipple is showing. You know, of late, some ladies are comfortable wearing dress with their nipple showing. Okay,
Those ladies are not ladies.
Some girls. So I feel some girls.
They are girls.
Girls or women, I don't know how to call them. So
Some girls.
they are comfortable with their dress, their nipple showing the dress.
As for you, that girl is not a lady.
Okay.
If you dress and your
Wait,
nipple is
When you
showing,
dress and your nipple
it
is showing,
depends.
wait, I'm coming. You dress and your nipple is showing. Is it indoors or like you are outside somewhere? Well, if you are indoors, it's cool. But we are going for a program, then you dress and your nipple is showing. That one.
Yeah.
Is that not what you guys like?
You're a lady. We are about being a lady. You're not being lady.
You
like,
can never
lady.
marry such a lady.
well, I can marry such a lady.
She'll be
Well, me, I'm
working with
comfortable with such stuff, so
and you can actually
When-
get married to that
I
kind
can
of.
get married to her.
You know, men
Like,
will say that those kind of
that's
women are
that's
not women.
like everyone has his own preferences. Okay.
And do you
So
think
me, when I'm like with my lady in town, unless maybe she's alone, when she's going out alone and she's wearing something with a nipple showing, I'm not comfortable with that. But let's say we are going out together, and she was like, "Oh, today I want to show my nipple." Like, okay. babe,
Is she
let's
showing
go.
it to you or to the world?
No problem. Me, I'm cool. That's what I'm
because you
saying
are
to me.
with her, so you are
That's what I'm
cool.
saying to me. I'm cool. You understand?
Yeah.
But someone might not like it. Okay, and it doesn't mean that's me, my own kind of lady. You understand? So someone might see and be like, "This one is not a lady, or it's not being lady like." You get it? But
Harry,
me,
do
I'm
a lady
cool.
go to the club?
Yes, of course.
But how will you defend that if
partner.
it's supposed to be a debate? Or say with your partner.
Yeah, it's a
So
partner.
a lady, if
I
you
can
should-
go to the
So
club with
if
my
she
wife.
doesn't go to the club with a
With
partner,
you.
she's not a lady.
Why would you go there? Why would you go to, like, let's say married? Okay, or single or married?
dating or both,
Dating.
married in a
Yeah.
relationship.
When you're married, you're not allowed to go alone.
Who said that?
Why?
In which book?
A married lady do not go to the club.
Where was it written?
Why would you go to the club alone?
Where was it written?
We are married. Why would you go to the club alone?
Where was it written?
It's not positive moral values.
Who brought out that law?
No, like we have.
But a married man can go to the club.
There are certain things that is not written in the book. Okay,
that's why Ghanaians always be Ghanaians.
But it's like something that we accept in the society.
In the society.
So men can just say, men don't put rubbish here. Okay, I'm not talking about your own conscience should tell you that you're not supposed to do.
So why should an instinct tell me that?
Can I ask him a question?
Ask me.
Why is it wrong for a married woman to go to the club?
Why would?
What makes it wrong?
Alone. I'm saying it's not.
Yeah,
wrong
alone. I'm talking about alone.
But
why is it wrong for
alone? Like she wants to go alone.
Do you know the things that can happen in the club?
Oh, really? And what if nothing happens? Must everything
what if something happened?
What if
okay, so there is a reason why
there is advantages and there are
disadvantages.
So that's why I asked whether it's married or not.
Oh, okay.
When we are married, you're not supposed to go to the club alone. There are plenty disadvantages when you go to the club alone. As a married woman.
That's to you.
And even as single. So you feel there is a reason why a man will say my girl should never go to the club alone, or men don't classify women.
It's because of their own insecurities.
It's not about insecurities.
He is saying yes, because of things that happen. What are some of the things that happen in the club?
What are the things?
You can be lured. You can be attacked.
Who will attack you?
You can be attacked.
Have you been to the club before?
Several times.
What happens there?
You can be attacked. Maybe you are wearing something that is exposing. You look too sexy. Maybe like a gang come to you. Whether you allow them or not, they will find their way and have sex with you or do something with you. They can attack you.
In the club?
They will find a way, even if it's not in the club. Maybe once you get out from the
club.
But
have you seen such as
stuff's happened.
Have you encountered that in the club before?
But I've seen a lot.
Okay.
I've seen
to me,
you can come out once, even in front of the club. They can just attack you and find their way.
So in that case, to you, dear, a lady.
Not alone. Don't go alone. If
don't
you're my
go
wife,
alone.
if you're my girlfriend, I can consider. But not
a lady who have that club life is not a lady.
No, you see, sometimes you all like have fun. Okay, we have fun, and sometimes when you restrict them from doing these things, it makes the relationship boring. Like you are home, you don't go out.
Okay, yeah, but back to relationship. Yes, it's just like a normal lady trying to have fun.
Normal lady trying
is
to
that lady class? Yes, right now we are defining who a lady is. Is that lady a lady for you? Because you are raising a very huge point. Say club and because of that, a lady should know that reason enough not to go to the club alone.
Yeah, not alone.
So the moment a lady says, "As for me, I don't buy that this view. I don't buy this."
Like myself, I don't buy it.
So when you are married, you go to the club alone.
If I feel like going alone
with her friends,
or if I feel
it's not like going is wrong.
If I feel like going,
let's look
at what is happening.
Let's look.
It's not about you going there.
Let's also look at. I am married.
Okay.
I feel like going to the club today. Oh, baby,
alone,
let's go
without
to
your
the
husband.
Wait, baby, let's go to the club. Oh, I don't feel like. Okay, I can go alone. Yes. I can just pick a dress.
But he's saying a lot of things.
Dress up. I don't buy a lot of.
So what if you go and you attack?
Because what if nothing happens?
And what if something
happens?
For
the fact that for say in your messy or club.
What if say she and see? I'm out for so-called club day.
They can't even be fight. I have this.
Does it depend on the kind? Does it depend on the kind of club you're going to?
No, every club is club.
Every club is club.
See, we went to a club one time and there was a fight. Okay, they started throwing bottles. So imagine you are there.
See, you can even be in your house and they will start throwing bottles.
See, but sometimes you know that this thing, like you know the things that can happen, or you know this thing can harm me. Then you still look at it and go in for it. You understand? It's like you knowing that there's fire here and still going to step on it.
But he's making a point.
The club is a very rough place.
I say club is a very rough place.
Okay, it's a very rough place. So normally, you don't go there alone. You see, ladies who go to the club alone, most of them are single.
So,
or even if they are not single and they are dating, maybe they are this.
Some of them are going through things. But if they go to the club, sit there, okay, get a cocktail, mocktail, listen to music, and go through their own emotions.
Why don't you rather
No,
rather go to maybe a lounge or maybe a cool place that you can sit
No,
and
what if
really-
she doesn't feel like going there?
So you rather go to the club? Where
Yes,
there's
people
so much
people
noise that
prefer
people
ways
are
and
moving
means to
around,
deal
so
with
many
their
distractions.
emotions.
Even if the lady is single and loves going to the, let's say you have a lady that loves going to the club every Friday.
Yeah.
Should
You're
that
not a
lady
lady.
consider herself? You are not a lady.
Yeah, you're not a lady.
A lady who goes to the club every
What are you looking
Friday.
for in the club? What are you looking for?
I'm going to have fun.
I'm going to have fun in the club.
Yes.
You end up being raped. Simple.
Who told you that?
Yeah, you end up being
Who
raped.
told you that?
So for
You're
that
saying-
reason, a lady
Yeah.
who have
And
that
you know-
club
you know-
lifestyle
you
is
know-
Any
fans they
guy
go to the
that
club.
tells you, oh, a lady is not supposed to go to the
You know the
club,
kind of
is
fans they wear
because
to the
of their
club.
own insecurities. Because I know of ladies that go to the club every day, every weekend, blah blah blah.
Would
but
they go alone?
most of them go alone, and not because they are there to do something bad. Some also feel like, why don't I go and sit there, listen to the loud music, get something to sip, and that's it.
Then you get drunk.
They even end up
Then they take
turning
advantage
guys.
of
You
you.
know, when you are in the club, there are guys that approach you. Most of these ladies turn them away. But one perception about Ghanaian guys is
No.
once a lady goes to the club, they describe her as a bad lady.
Onye lady, we onye best
Oba
man.
oko club there.
Onye oba, we say oba.
Almost so ebi mo so na watch churchy. Omo wari we are now said the day ahomasa omo kon. I didn't know she was like that. You didn't know she was like that. You thought God, because she was attending church anyhow, God is in her house. It's not that. Yango ponto oba no mo wa sorry them baby any feel.
I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. Get that freaky, freaky on. Yeah, get it right, get it right. Get that freaky, freaky on. Jingle the more than I get freaky. I'm getting freaky. Yeah, I'ma bring the crazy.
But what are some of the instances you've heard? What are some of the things you've heard people say? Even sometimes our own parents, as a men can't nails. What are some of the things that you've heard that as a lady, it's something you shouldn't do?
It brings out the lady in you. The way it makes you look girlish. What I say,
That's your definition for a lady.
Debbie, I'm talking about you saying, say, some parents do not allow their daughters to be in nails. I'm saying
They feel like a lady don't do
helps.
that.
I think it helps because sometimes when you are in nails, the way you talk, raising your fingers, moving them up and down, it makes you look girlish. Do you get what I say? It makes you look girlish.
So right now, let's look at this instance. So, if I'm a lady and I'm dating, and another man invites me for a date at night, do a lady go for that such invitation? Do a lady go for that?
Lady you are dating, another man invites you.
Is
to another
that
date.
lady a lady?
It depends on the kind of relationship you have with that guy, that man who invited you.
But will you consider if you are dating that girl?
That's what I'm
and
saying.
she
It depends
says,
on it's the person can be your best friend, the person can be your business partner, it can be anything. The fact that you are
Best
dating
friend.
doesn't mean you can't accept maybe lunch dates with maybe from any guy.
will you let your
She
girlfriend
didn't say
go?
lunch. She said
Dinner, evening.
Dinner.
Normal dinner dates, it's normal. That's what I'm saying. It depends on the kind of relationship you have with it.
Says,
That person who invited
says the
you.
same
Because
man
me, I
who
don't
wouldn't
mind.
allow his girlfriend go to the club
Club.
alone. Wow.
Yes, I don't mind. That's what I'm saying. That person could be your business partner. That person may be your friend.
She didn't make
She can
mention
be-
of business partner.
You said another guy invites you
On a
for
dinner date.
date. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It depends on the
She
relationship.
didn't say business dates.
That's why I said
She
it depends.
said dinner dates.
Dinner date,
Meaning
it
getting
depends.
to know each other,
It
blah, blah,
depends.
blah, making it
Is
lead
this only getting to know
somewhere.
each other? No,
Eh,
dinner date is
that's
not
the
getting to know
definition
each other.
in Ghana here.
Sometimes.
Just going
That's
No,
the definition in Ghana
it's
here.
not for
You're
getting to
just
know
going
each
to
other.
have dinner.
Yeah,
Just going to have dinner.
And I
Eh.
know the kind of relationship you have with a guy. It's cool. I don't have problem.
But when we
I
talk
can't restrict
about
you.
being a lady, say me who oba na maka say we oba. What are some of the things you will expect to see in that woman? You feel like this girl doesn't do this girl doesn't do that, and she does this, she does that. What are some of those things that describe that lady as a lady?
That's
Yes,
what
you
I
first
said.
spoke about honesty, you first spoke about
Yeah, so,
respect. So what are the don'ts?
A lady is, let's say, someone who knows that maybe
Once said
No.
before a man will actually say, as for this
Yeah.
girl, she's the perfect woman for me. Then I do say girl no you're perfect
Perfect
because Uncle Club home.
That's Uncle Club. And you guys say, once like there are so many things you can consider, and maybe one of these things are maybe a lady knowing that maybe like accessories, okay, or maybe clothes, okay, they are just part of her personality. Okay, they're just part of her personality. I don't know whether you understand this.
No.
It's just part of her personality. Like once there are ladies who feel like they are watching on and they like I don't know how to put this, like we're dressing like in time. You understand? And I feel say once I'm in that means I'm a lady.
For you, before you,
Yeah,
you
that's
will
me.
say, for you,
Like-
before you say, hey, as for Teresa, your bow.
That's what I'm saying. Say that what she's wearing, she feel like that's all. But I just want you to know that it's just part of her. What's within?
Is what you should look
How
at.
how do you talk? How do you handle issues?
Issues.
You understand? Those kind of things. So I'm just like creating that so that you know that it's just part. So, but at least there are ladies out there who are like they're all dressed enough. Let's say she'll be dressed nicely, but when you try to talk to her, the kind of things that she will say, like you know that this person is not a lady. You understand? So that's one of the things I'll consider to.
So who is a lady that you wouldn't, or who is a woman that you wouldn't classify as a lady at all? You made mention of someone who has a club lifestyle. I thought that one you
I don't consider as
accept.
a lady at all. A lady who doesn't have respect for guys or men.
I will accept
Yeah.
that. I will
She doesn't have respect at all.
I will accept
Yeah.
that. Teresa, let me come to Harry. So when we are talking about being a lady, looking at all that you've heard in this, let me hear from you. Which one have you heard before? How can you be a lady and you don't know how to cook?
No, that one is normal. If you're a lady and you don't know how to cook, that one is normal.
Me, I don't go by what Ghanaians say.
So you think
I
a
go by
lady
my
can be
own
defined
result.
by
Yeah.
what?
By how confident she is, her independency, her courage, and how she takes things in her life, how she accepts it, how she embraces them in her life. That's how I would define who a real lady is.
When they say, let me use this as an example as well. That because there are some outfits that you want a lady to wear, but there is a man that's on the afraid to say, no, I shan't carry away ne chigu honum, or by way see or bar.
Or your back?
And then Americans say, like some of them think like their accessories and their clothes is like any money
About dressy and the money,
dressy.
but about dressy and so boody.
I'm not saying it's not part. It's also part. But and America say, and then more we won't say like your bar. It's just part. So a lady should dress well, but she also have respect. She'll know how to talk. You understand? She'll be courageous, like she said. She'll be understand. She should have all these qualities before you can. Because it comes with a lot to make you a lady. Not just about your looks or your appearance. Yeah.
Now let's come back to the definition. So Parry, how would you actually, for me, defining a lady? I feel like society should look at the kind of invisible crown that every woman wears. It's not about me like this. I don't agree with you saying you don't go to the club. But the part where I agree with you is where you said depending on what happens in the club, because there are a lot of things that happen in the club.
Yeah.
I think for that stake, I should make this public appeal to all women. I think we shouldn't go to the club at all.
I think women they should be allowed to go to the club anytime.
They are allowed to go back for the safety reasons.
Yeah, I think
What safety?
To be
for
What safety are you
because
talking
you
about?
say
for
you
their
go
own
to the
safety
club.
sake.
If
You want to go with your partner. Simple.
So what
You
if she
understand?
goes with her friends?
Cool.
Okay, so
You
still
can go with
allowed.
your friends or male friends.
Then we'll go with our
Cool.
friends.
with friends, class
It's still not safe, but
Still,
it's manageable.
it's not safe for the ladies, but it's safe for the guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
A guy is a guy.
Yes.
Can you compare yourself to a guy?
A guy is a
No,
guy.
A guy is a guy.
So every guy can protect himself.
Not like every guy.
No,
can
I
protect-
think
but,
same as a guy. If you are
But
going
wait,
to go with your
a guy
go with
won't
me.
wait. A guy won't wear something to show his nipple. or
But who told
something
you?
fit
No, why
to
why
look
are you
sexy.
classifying
A guy
any
who
lady
looks
who goes
sexy.
to the club?
So
wears
those that
revealing
would
clothes?
Yes.
Because
What?
there are ladies who go to the club without wearing.
you can't go to the
revealing
club and
ladies.
wear a long dress.
Listen,
No,
you
but
can
there
wear
are
a
girls
long
that
dresses.
still make
You
you.
don't.
You have
That's
to
where
have
you
this-
don't know
Oh,
the
I
kind
wish
of
we
dresses
can-
to wear
we
to the
can
club
project
and still
You
something
look
that-
sexy. You look beautiful. Every guy in the club will look at you. Okay, some will want you. Once they realize you came alone, they'll
You can
target
look, just not harass.
Like I said, it's
I'm
still
saying
because
that
of
we are
their
in
own
Ghana.
insecurities.
You understand?
That's it.
They'll look at you. Some will want you. They know that when they approach, they won't get you. So they'll find
But
their
why
way.
a lady can't look sexy?
You can look sexy. What I'm saying is, you looking sexy will attract guys when you enter the club.
It's about their own
And
insecurities.
you went there alone. So they all know that this girl came alone. And she's not even moving around. Like, no, she's not allowing anyone to come closer and all that. They'll gang against you. And they can do you wrong. They can do
It's
you
still
bad.
about their own
So
insecurities.
at your point, you mean a lady can still go to the club,
Yeah.
but depend on how and when and where you're going. Go with your guy.
You can go with
As a
your
lady,
guy,
you can
at
still
least,
be
as
a
much as-
club girl and still be classified as a lady.
Yes.
Depend on how you develop that lifestyle.
Sure.
But can a lady look sexy?
Yes.
Because they say a lady is always covered. A lady not exposed.
But who
You can
said looking
sexy.
sexy means you have to reveal yourself?
Okay.
You could still
So
look
you can
sexy,
still look. Mhm.
yes, in an all covered dress. You could still look sexy in it.
How sexy is that? Can you describe that kind of dressing?
How sexy is
But
that?
should a lady look sexy at all?
Yeah. It calls for attraction. And attraction works everywhere. Yeah. Because even if you are going to look for a job,
Mm-hmm.
especially as a receptionist, most of these CEOs, managers, they look at attraction because they believe putting you behind the reception desk, you are the first person people are going to approach when they enter the office. So most of the time, these receptionists, the ladies who are working as receptionists, they're always looking beautiful and attractive. Do you know why they employ them? Because they are the first people like approach when they enter the office. So if she's not looking sexy, she's not looking nice, beautiful, how are people going to be coming in and out?
Can I come in? So what she said is very right and it's very okay, but I believe I feel that sexy is too deep. Okay, when you say a lady should look attractive, it's cool. You should look attractive, like look neat, okay, look presentable, have a nice smile, all those things. But when you say sexy,
In
when you
her
say sexy,
outfit.
yeah, when you say sexy, like the word sexy is something different.
That
She-
I
she-
mentioned that
Sexy is
because
something different.
I think
because
she's saying sexy.
You can say
it's not-
attractive.
because some
Now when you
people
say
say
sexy is different from sexy is different from being attractive.
It's because you believe sexy means
Sexiness is different
revealing
from being
yourself.
attractive.
yes, you think sexiness means that's a
Revealing
your breast
yourself.
is showing.
Let's use a one
Alright,
here as an
sexiness.
example.
One.
She's always looking sexy, but she doesn't reveal herself because her body is well contoured.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So even if she's in an outfit that's fitted,
Yeah.
without her showing off her boobs, her hands, her legs, she still looks sexy because
Yes.
she has a very well contoured,
She's showing what
contoured
God
body.
gave her.
Yeah.
Good.
And,
This is
and
a
you
lady
think-
who dressed so well
Yes.
without revealing herself, but
Yes.
she's always looking sexy.
and in fact we call her women of valor. Valor. Women of
Women
valor.
of
Women of valor.
For her own, I believe it's because of her stature.
Yeah, so
And
she's
Okay.
always
yes,
looking
there are some
sexy.
ladies who have that
you
stature
know
and
it.
still hide it because
they don't
not in
even
the
know
name
how
of
to dress.
society said a lady don't look sexy.
No.
You can look attractive,
They
but
go
looking
as
sexy,
much as wearing
like,
guys' clothes.
sexy
Yes,
is-
listen to
sex-
it.
when you go sexy, it means you have gone extra.
Extra
You have
like
gone
how?
extra.
What's your
That's
definition?
why you have.
So
you have,
Sewami here's
wait,
style of
wait,
dressing is not
wait.
sexy.
She knows
It was
she knows her
attractive.
stature. Okay, she knows her stature. So some of the dresses that she wears, like they are okay. Okay, some of them too. I feel like even though she's not exposing herself, but she's showing too much.
Showing too much of
You
what?
get
How
it?
is a woman
She's
not showing so
covered.
much?
She's
Yeah, she's
covered.
covered.
Her
To
breast
me,
is not
her
showing.
kind of
Yeah.
dressing.
Her thighs is not
Wait,
showing.
wait,
I
wait.
think she's classy
Wait.
enough to be
Wait.
Very
described as a
classy.
lady.
I'm coming. A girl can be dressed, well covered. She wear a fitting dress. Okay, knowing perfectly well that maybe she's very curvy and she's having her ass and maybe breast or whatever. You get it. So those things tightening you. It's just like you exposing your like
I-
you are able to
How
tell.
is it that-
You are able to tell, even though you are covered. Wait, even though you are covered, even though you are covered, we are able to tell how your curves look like.
And for whom?
And
Yeah,
how is
okay.
it? How
I'm
does
coming.
it?
So you
not
are going
covered.
sexy, and it's not accepted in our society.
It is
Who said it's not
accepted.
accepted?
It's not
It
accepted.
is
Why is that so?
accepted.
It's not
If a lot
accepted.
of ladies were supposed to
So
be
what
dressing like that,
did God
Oh.
give
If you
that
have to
shape
go
to
with
you
our,
to do?
no, it's not like what for your husband.
so on Kaukas,
But nobody has touched it, and it's
I
not
would-
showing. My tie is not showing. My breast the skin is not showing.
listen,
Abaya
you
Mesa.
wear
It's
fit,
covered.
you wear stretch,
Uh-huh.
then you're able to tell exactly how your stature look like. Everything is very clear.
and
That lady is
Kaukas,
not a lady.
You are covered, but it's still showing. Like I'm wearing something like this. I'm covered, but it's
that is
still
what
showing.
attracts you people in put.
So it's sexy.
In a no.
And you think a lady
sexy.
can look sexy? A
You don't have
lady
to look
shouldn't.
sexy.
She has to look sexy.
Ha!
You should look attractive, but not sexy.
Hairdressing,
When you say sexy, the word, you
corporate,
search for the
very
word
nice
sexy.
and attractive, and
Search
she
for the
looks
word
sexy in
sexy.
them.
Sexy is too deep.
It is
Like
not
search for
too
the word
deep.
sexy. You can be attractive as a lady, but not sexy.
But it's a source of
Ah.
sexiness. Is another source of
You can only be
attractiveness.
sexy to your husband. That's all.
Ha.
Hey.
That
Right.
even
Because
even
you're
before you
sexy to
attract
your
your husband,
husband.
is it
You
not
can't
what
be
you
sexy
wear?
to your husband.
You know,
That's
guys
why when you're
approach
inside,
ladies.
when you're inside with your husband, you can wear something that is tightened,
So,
and your husband will be able to see
example,
your stature.
wait. So on your wedding day, I mean, and a lady wants to sew that fitting wedding gown. You think she
Fitting wedding
shouldn't?
gown, how?
Yes, she
Fitting
shouldn't
wedding
look
gown,
sexy.
how? Like
Yes, her shape is there. She's curvy, but she fitting the wedding gown fitting. Oh, my, you're wearing pants.
Yeah, one
out there.
time or her. Or Pam, like I say, it depends on how the dress look like. It shouldn't be showing like another man shouldn't be able to tell your curves how it looks like.
Ah,
Yeah.
Mm.
So to make that means you are being sexy.
Like I said, it's just about the
is it-
insecurities.
It's not about insecurity.
It
What I'm-
is,
We are talking
because
about
another
lady
man
here.
will be
in our
approaching
society,
you.
in our society,
But
we accept
why-
everything.
why-
You
why-
understand?
if a man
But
sees-
if you are going with the ladylike rules, ladylike rules, you're not supposed to wear something that someone outside will be able to tell your figure.
why
your
do they
stature.
have those rules, ladylike rules? Who brought?
If you want
those?
to be a
Who brought
lady,
it? Where was it?
like we are
written?
discussing,
If you want to be a
if you want to
lady-
be a lady, like strictly a lady, there are certain rules you have to abide.
I think the whole topic is being based on dressing. Can we skip
is
and then move
looking
to
at
the
the
next
lady?
one?
Yeah, you have to go with the rules because you can't
What
be a lady
rules?
and do
Who
certain
brought the
things.
rules? Who wrote it? Where is it written?
It's there. Once you want to be a
Where?
lady, you know what's accepted and what is not accepted.
Okay, so I wanted to ask, okay, if with all that society is talking about, what the kind of views we are listening to, if you want to tell one thing to someone who wants to really know who a lady should be, what would be that thing?
Well, what I would tell that person is to know who a lady is, you have to pay attention to how the lady talks. Her level of respect, how she approach things, and how she solve problems. I think those are the key points you should look out for. The way she talks, her level of respect, and how she approach things.
And in terms of lifestyle,
In terms of lifestyle, how she dress. Yeah. I think that's okay for now.
you know, that's all for now. We've been talking about who a real lady should be, like, or whatever definition society is giving to who a lady is. And we also listen to views from our guests as in describing who they think you should describe as a lady. So that's the conversation we've been having. And I've been doing this with Paris, like she wants me to call her and do most notes. So thank you guys for watching this show. You were watching Fiki Friends at AR Multimedia Studios. You can follow us across all social media handle and exclusively on Twitter at AR Multimedia. GH will be back again with more content. Stay tuned.
I'ma bring the crazy. Get that freaky, freaky on. Get that freaky, freaky on.